Okay, so in this lesson, you notice we have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Let me just choose red. So we have line A and we have line B. This is what we were looking at yesterday. So here, the question is asking us, they give us an item bank and all of these choices. And with these choices, they want us to decide, does it go in the box for congruent? Does it go in the box for supplementary? Or does it go in the box for corresponding? So the first thing we want to do is talk about each of these. So corresponding is where I'm going to start first. Corresponding means they're in the same spot. Yeah. That's the very simple way to say that, same spot. You can write that in your paper if you want to remember it. So I'm going to give you two that are in the same spot. Well, I'm going to give you a set that's in the same spot. So what's in the same spot is this angle 2 and this angle 6. Mm-hmm. So the reason I know is because out of angles 1, 2, 3, and 4, angle 2 is in the top right on this parallel line A. And 6 is the corresponding angle to 2 because on line B, it's in the same top right-hand spot here. So corresponding means they're in the same spot on the parallel lines. So I would just write 2 and 6 in this category. And then I could cross that out. That one's finished. So there's 10 of these to get through. So I'm going to take that information off and we're going to go to the next group. Any questions about that group? Okay, so let me take this off here. So now let's go over and look at supplementary. Supplementary means that the total of each of them is going to be 180 degrees, and they are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles means that they're next to each other. So for an example, if I took a look at angles 1 and 3, these are the ones people don't notice very often. So angle 1 is right next to angle 3, and together they make a straight line. Their total would be 180 degrees. That makes them supplementary. So I would put 1 and 3 in that category. And then I'll cross that one off. So we have 8 more to go. Any questions about supplementary? So we would look and find, when we look at these other ones, we'll have to decide what category do they go into. And so the last one that I want to show you on here are the ones that are congruent. Congruent means they have the same measure. So I'm going to put same measure, and I'm going to put a little degree symbol after it because it's the same measure of degree. Because corresponding are in the same spot, they have the same measure. But when we look at congruent, that means you're going to be looking for normally your exterior and interior angles. So remember, that's when we have our alternating ones. So let me give you an example. So if I have angle 1, you see angle 1 is outside. Angle 1 is exterior, right here. It is outside the parallel lines because inside the parallel lines is here. So this is outside. Remember, this line that crosses both the parallel lines is called the transversal. So if I travel down the transversal to the other part of outside the lines, and then jump over to the other side, the alternate side, angles 1 and 8, are congruent. That's what we looked at before, alternate exterior angles. So I would put 1 and 8 in this box. Those are alternate exterior. So there's also, I'm going to give you one more example under congruent, and then I'm going to have you to complete the rest. So there's one more example under congruent. I'm going to put this in a different color. So you can have alternate interior angles. So we're also looking for the interior ones. So I still have to pay attention to what's inside the parallel lines, and one on one side and one on the other other side of the transversal.
Ooh.
So for an example, if I have angle 3, the other side of the transversal is angle 6, and they're both still inside the parallel lines. So then I would write 3 and 6. Okay? So once you have those, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are complete. You got 6 more left to do. Figure, do they go into congruent, which is the same measure. Think about your alternate exterior and interior angles. Supplementary, remember, is 180 degrees, and they'll be adjacent or next to each other. And corresponding, they're going to be in the same spot from one line to the next line. Also, you can find the link to this page down below.
Oh, shit! Holy moly!
Holy moly, holy cow.
It's so warm.
You shit, the person is full.
Who?
You know, the person is full.